Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today, yes, we are back with a brand new video. A brand new video that's handed to me to make in front of you, and I have to sit here and reflect on that game of football and try to make it entertaining and make you laugh. Talk about pressure on the plump bags, people. That is a difficult task because that game right there aged me quite drastically, and despite us getting a win and scoring some goals, it wasn't the type of performance we were waiting to see as a Rangers fan base going in to the international break. Because I'll be honest with you people, I had a skin fade there. The hairs grew back grey in the space in 94 minutes. But I guess it's one of those situations where the half empty type people will be disappointed and the half full type of people. And normally I'm a half full type guy, but I really just wanted to see something today against statistically the worst team in the SPFL. And honestly, my overall thoughts and opinions, very briefly, I didn't see enough of the Rangers. We had spells in the game, we looked really good and really sharp and looked dangerous and capable of what we can be in, but too much slackness, too much possession for possession's sake has really seeped into our game, and it's almost in a way overcoached into us how we have to build up, how we have to play, because it doesn't look like there's a lot of creative freedom in that Rangers side. And for me, it's the most glaring that it's been against a Dundee United side who again is absolutely awful. I really feel like we should have put out a statement, but the only statement that we put out is we got the job done, and we'll worry about the performance next time. But I've seen a lot of that kick in the can down the road, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not wanting to spoil anyone. If everyone's buzzing up, be excited, be happy. I'm not trying to spoil anyone's mood. All I'm saying for that game of football is I wanted to see more for this Rangers team, and I feel like we should have. But again, I know there is going to be people in the comments saying we got the win and that's all that mattered. It was all about points today rather than performance. But I'm just waiting for the latter there to start kicking into gear, because to me, we're kind of just stalling at a point and we're not really putting our foot down. I remember home games, especially over the last couple of seasons, where teams again got the fear factor coming back to Ibrox because they knew they were going to have chasing every ball. They were going to have a Rangers team in their face, digging in, having shots, popping off and everything like that. They knew they were in for a hard game. Now, I think that's kind of slipping away as we're becoming a much more pleasing team on the eye, but we're really losing, I don't know, to steal a quote from one of my favourite movies, the eye of the tiger. And yes, I know how cheesy that sounds, but it doesn't look like we've got a killer instinct right now, and that's all I'm trying to say, people. Maybe you understand it, maybe you won't, and maybe I'm talking a lot of nonsense, which is probably fair because I usually do, but that's just how I feel. We've not got a killer touch right now, and it's completely absent and doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. So it's not really giving me a lot of youth, a lot of excitement, I should say, or a lot of enthusiasm going in to the international break. The only thing I'm feeling right now is, people, I'm actually delighted and excited that it's now the international break, and trust me, I never ever thought I'd be saying that. But enough talking around the game. We'll find our way and we'll paint more of the picture as we discuss the actual game recap, because despite everything I've said so far in today's video, the first 5 minutes of this game was brilliant, and I loved the way that it started. The first 50-50 that was there to be won, Ryan Jack went and absolutely won it. Getting the ball, getting the man, the old classic get the crowd up type challenge. Happened for decades in a Rangers shirt. You had Souness here, you had Thompson jumping into maybe more my generation, and now we've got Jacko that has done it in the past and he was back doing it in this game. Just that first initial dig challenge to show we're not going to get pushed around or anything like that. And what was great is, not only did he win the ball, he kept it moving, he gave it to Kent, who found his way back to Jacko, and Jacko put it back in to the box, setting up Ryan Kent for a sitter 33 seconds into the game. But once again, in back-to-back games after Morelos threw his golden chance away versus Napoli, Ryan Kent scuffs his, and you're just thinking, can we go ahead and live, if there is that theory of multiple universes and everything like that, can we go ahead and live in the universe that we start scoring these chances early in the game? Because it must be beautiful to live in. But I guess something you could say about Ryan Kent in this game is he didn't let that early miss affect him too badly, despite again his confidence being in the gutter, and you can see that. But yet the lad is still doesn't hide, and I think you can say a lot about his character, because none is gone right. Literally nothing has gone right for Ryan Kent right now, but he's still showing for the ball and he's still trying. And I think that's backed up with just a couple minutes later with some brilliance from Ryan Kent. After the sitter, he gets on the ball and nips it down after a gorgeous little skill move for Connor Goldson. Kind of fake to go back, pushed it forward to Lundstrom. Lundstrom hits out to Kent. Kent drives into the box, pulls it back. Arfield, another sitter that we balloon air the bar, and you're thinking to yourself, right, any other team in the world football, any other team in world football is sitting 2-0 up there, but we need chance after chance after chance, unless it falls to one man. And that's where we're going to dive right into, people, because Antonio Colak once again backs up, underlines, exclamation marks what I continue to say about this laddie. He's the best finisher at our club by a significant distance, in my opinion, because all it requires is one chance, one goal. I'm going to start calling on one chance, one goal Antonio frickin' Colak, and you could put that on your t-shirt, Castor. I'll see he's in court. But honestly, they were absolutely immaculate again in front of goal, and I just love the way this breaks down, because Dundee United started to threaten to grow into the game, which they should never be allowed to do, by the way, but again, that's their style of play. That's their style of play. We just let teams get into the game, but this ends up backfiring against Dundee United as it's a great counter-attack driven forward by Tavernier. He gets on the ball, he carries it 50-60 yards, and then he finds the right pass, zipping it in to our man Colak, whose first touch is good. He brings it down and then he just rifles a freaking shot that goes beyond the goalkeeper, giving him no chance. And again, that is why I love this lad. It's no a dig against this guy or this guy. No, everybody's got their favourites, but if there's one chance to 41 player in a Rangers shirt, I want it to be that laddie every single day of the weekend. Once again, he scores when the rest of the team step up and do the role. I know everybody loves Morelos because he does everybody's job for them and bails the midfield out and bails the wingers out because he goes and does everything. But now we've got an actual classic number 9 there, and if everybody else can maybe just start pulling their own weight, and the Rangers team will really start doing things with this laddie leading the line. So it was a great goal, we needed it, and again, one chance, one goal, Antonio Colak. And the goal of the game was the injection that we probably needed, because again, despite a bubbling start, we started to just drift off a little bit, and then the goal came in and we came back on for another 5 minutes. And Jacko again was excellent here as Dundee United tried to find a pass in the middle. Jacko gambles, goes and nips into the ball, great interception, and then he drives forward with the ball, passes it through to Arfield, who's in the box down the right hand side, but unfortunately once again he can't get his shot on target, which was another opportunity. It wasn't a sitter like the previous one, but still we need better quality out in those wide areas. If we have a right winger there who's doing things and everything, that's probably an end result, but we're asking Arfield to play right wing, and that's no the laddie's strengths. But we're going to go back to this, people, and I'm going to be making this stupid hand movement once again, because after another little good spell on the ball, especially Charlie McCann here, by the way, who was getting one of his first starts, especially in the league. I thought he was so positive with the ball, he was so good, and he was so direct as well early on in the game. Second half, things started to peter out, and he started, it just started to going against him, like touches were going away, wouldn't quite fought him, had a couple wee chances to pull the trigger, and he never. But in terms of the start of the game, he was bright, he was positive, a couple of balls zipped in behind the Rangers defence, finding a Colak, finding an Arfield. It's just showing up here the talent that the laddie's got. However, it was the other end again as we started to peter away, as Dundee United hit us on a counter-attack, and Glenn Middleton unfortunately takes young Leon King to the cleaners here, beats him on the inside, has a shot that is well saved by the feet of Alan McGregor, which looking back now was probably an indication of what was to come. But before we do get to you know what in terms of the Dundee United goal, the rest of the first half is where a lot of the frustrations and that I can imagine are coming for the Rangers fan base, because there is just no that bite again. There's no that zip in the play. It's let's continue to do this because that's what we've been told today. Let's stick to the game plan, because I don't want to get dropped for 4 weeks. I want to just stick to the game plan. And Dundee United just sat there and went like that. None of them was coming out to move or put pressure on. We'll just sit here and just watch these. Honestly, that was the last 25 minutes of that first half, except for just shy of half-time. Ryan Kent cuts inside, does well, has a shot that is well saved by the goalkeeper. But again, That's just the laddie's luck. Right now, he needs Son hit the back off his head. And you know what I mean? Like, Son, he just did rattle off here and end up in the back of the net because he can't do right for wrong right now. And that's a shame for the laddie. But, aye, that was the first half. And yes, it aged me. Just shy of, 4 minutes of the restart of the second half, we got a second goal that really should have gave us the platform to just destroy Dundee United as we're putting pressure on them. Ryan Jack even done a back heel sort of flick pass over someone's head. I was like, what's happening here? And before I could re-centre myself, the ball went out to Barisic, who does what always he does. Puts a good ball, an attacking ball in to the box, and again Colak is there, so it's another one touch, one finish for the best striker in terms of scoring goals at this football club, and that should again have given us daylight. And by the way, that's a dirty double, and it's also his birthday, so a massive congratulations to Antonio Colak. Not only was he the game winner for Rangers, again with his clinicalness, but he also shushed the Dundee United fans, which I'll be honest with you, made me happy. I like that, and the way he was backing up his teammates later on when we talk about Leon King. He really is bought in to this football club, and I can't wait to see Miriam as the weeks and months go by. As long as we start picking up the slack and start playing the football that we are actually capable of, because that guy there is built to score goals. Can we start giving him more to attack, maybe besides the 1 or 2 chances a game? Let's everybody else step up now and really go for it. Now, we all know exactly what's going to come next. You know the hand gesture that I won't do in today. Well, technically I just did, so I'm a liar, people. But again, the up, then straight back to the down. After Ryan Kent has another shot, by the way, which is well saved by the keeper, that almost fell to Colak. We get caught and we concede here in truly horrific fashion. We are, unfortunately, we're going to have to mention the name of Leon King again, but because I mentioned him here, and I'll mention him slightly later on for another main talking point, doesn't take away from his overall performance, where I thought he was assured, comfortable in the ball. We have to remember this lad is just 18 years old, so he's going to have little moments, but he gets dragged far to it. He's the left centre back. He's actually at the right back position here, and it gets pulled completely out. His man tries to have a nibble at him. The Dundee United player moves it on to the next one with another pass, goes in there, and he's trying to run back. Lundstrom's trying to fill in the gap, and the ball comes down the left-hand side of Barisic once again, defensively, and Smith has a shot that goes into the back of it, and I thought, alright, he must have put that in the top bin or something like that, or the bottom bin, and maybe it's took a deflection, but when you see it back, it's one of those ones where Alan McGregor should do better, and if his name was John McLaughlin, we would all be having a different story right now as he tries to use his feet, and it just seems to go straight at him. There, I think McGregor should have done better, so once again, we concede a poor goal that should never have reached the back of your net. McLaughlin, McGregor, you look at the goals we're conceding. If we had a true number one, like, again, I'm not taking any digs at McGregor, I love the laddie, but if we went out there and got someone and everything like that, would we be conceding these cheap goals? I don't think so, people, but again, that's my problem again with the board and Ross Wilson and the recruitment. We've not done an overall enough, especially after securing Champions League football. So it's a poor goal to concede in every aspect. Again, I'm not digging at young Leon King. He just gets caught. He tries to buy in there and nip the ball back again. He's trying to show his anticipation. He just got caught, but it's another goal we've conceded on the left-hand side of Rangers, and it's another poor one at that. And then the game is just nervous. Like, why... Like, I'm not want to be disrespectful to the opposition, right? Because every game's played, and listen, when the whistle goes, it's about battling and fighting and everything like that. But they are bottom of the league. I know they've got a new manager and everything like that, so I'm not going to go too much into what happened under Jack Ross with the thumpings 9, the 7s, the 4-1s versus Hearts, the 3-0s versus Mint, because it's a different standard than that. But again, this is still a team that is shattered of confidence, that is sitting bottom of the league. I just feel like we shouldn't be nipping to a 2-1 win. Ironically, the one time I didn't predict a 2-1, it actually happens. I just feel like we should have more to never get to this stage at home. Away games are different, right? And away games can be tough, but at Ibrox, I just miss it being a fortress and being a place that teams came fearing because they knew they could get scalped. I can't really remember. Even the 4-0s that we've had this season, there were still spells in those games that you sit back and you see the game dropped off. I want the relentless, I want the high press. I just want Rangers really showing what they're capable of. And listen, I hope I'm not coming off as spoiled by saying, aye, but we got a 4-0 this year and everything like that. But I'm not trying to be a spoiled brat or anything here. I just think there is a drop off of your overall quality in a game. And if you're watching every minute of a game, I think some people will understand or get what I'm saying. Again, maybe not everybody will agree, but I just feel like there's certain parts in the game where it is absolute pedestrian, and I don't think that should really be happening. But again, we got the job done as my bottle of water decides to make me nearly brick myself. But we'll continue, people, because once again we had another big chance to score as Tillman came onto the game. We crossed into him, it fell to him, and it's a very, very good point blank save, let's be honest about that. But again, can we be a wee bit more clinical? If we take our chances, we're winning this one 4-1, then there's maybe a different overall feeling. But again, I still feel like there's periods in games where we're completely walking about, and I don't think that's where we should be. But aye, let's talk about the professional foul. I don't know if many people's going to make a lot of deal of it, but I can imagine they might do. It's a professional foul. It's a yellow card by Leon King, as it looks to be a counter-attack. But what I thought was quite pathetic as well is the Dundee United players, a lot of experienced players, tried to get in the face of an 18-year-old laddie and try and shove him and get him to react and everything like that. I'm like, oh, you want to try and strut your stuff against a 18-year-old laddie? How tough are you and how strong are you? I love the fact that Barisic and Colak saw that right away and both of them just went after it like the Bash Brothers and got in the face of everybody. I love that Colak done that, backed up his 18-year-old teammate, and I love that Barisic was like, alright, you want to shout at an 18-year-old? Try and shout at me, Mulgrew. But Charlie didn't fancy that. Must be slightly different to try and flex on someone who's just an 18-year-old laddie. But aye, that's pretty much it. We really hung on in the end, and that's where my real frustration is, because Dundee United get a corner. They get a ball that drops to them at the back post that's well blocked by, is it Tillman, who does a very good block? I'm not 100% sure on that. And then the referee mercifully blows for full time when they win another corner, very similar to what happened to us last season. We were raging, so I imagine Dundee United fans will be raging, saying why were they not given an opportunity to take that, and I would be as well. But aye, from a Rangers point of view, thank God they didn't take that, because we were only going one way the longer that match went on. And that's my honest and thoughts, opinions. Sorry if I'm being like a spoiled brat or anything like that. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel inside. I never want to tell you what I think you want to hear or cheerlead or anything like that. It's a win. We get the 3 points. We go in an international break. We could turn it around and get out our rut, because that's what we were in the last couple of games. But still, I need to see more for this Rangers team, because I feel like now we're just burning away, overdriving the clutch at second gear. When we go up to third and fourth and sixth, it feels like we've got so much, or we fell so far away from the aggressive Rangers side that was willing to run up score lines, that now teams are getting used to us. And again, for the large periods of that game, Dundee United wasn't coming out the press. We're just sitting there like that and just watching us, and that's my opinion, people. I'm frustrated, but we won, so I'll take it, ladies and gentlemen. But aye, hopefully the international break can change a lot of things and get this Rangers team firing. What do you think? If you're still watching today's video, that's what I'd really love to know, what your thoughts and opinions are. What do you think needs to change for this Rangers team to get back to what seemed long ago? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Well, I'd love to know where your heads are at. And again, shout at me if you feel like I'm wrong in that. Let me know your opinion. Again, you just keep me in check. I just wanted to tell you how I feel. It finished 2-1. Thankfully, Colak bails out Rangers again. Now, I don't know how much content we're going to have over the international break, but I do have a couple of very special things planned, so hopefully that all goes without a hitch. I'm not want to give you too much details now, but there should be a couple of videos over the next international break. I'll try and keep you entertained over the international break, Blues. But aye, until the next video, I've been CJ92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and bye-bye.